Let's go Browns! If you're trying to figure out what 2025 could realistically look like for the Cleveland Browns, buckle up, because this analysis could either dampen your initial optimism or rekindle your hope, depending on how you view the resilience of this roster. What we're about to explore is more than just a win-loss prediction. It's a deep, realistic, no-nonsense look at what this team faces week in and week out, who's standing in their way, and how it could all fall apart or turn into a league-shattering campaign. We won't sugarcoat it. The schedule is brutal, but there's a story behind every matchup, and that's exactly what we're going to get into. I'll give you all the details, but first make sure to hit the like button if you've been a Browns fan for 16 plus years. All due respect. Now, I want to ask you something. On a scale of 0 to 10, how confident are you that we're headed in the right direction? Week 1 kicks off with a home showdown against the Cincinnati Bengals. History says the Browns have dominated the Bengals game under Kevin Stefanski, but reality says Joe Burrow is back and healthy. It's still unclear who will be Cleveland's starting center, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, or rookie sensation Shedeur Sanders, but the edge goes to Burrow and the Bengals' potent offense in this one. It's a loss. Week 2 is no walk in the park. On the road in Baltimore against the Ravens, one of the top contenders in the AFC. Let's call it what it is, another likely loss. 0-2 right off the bat. Week 3, finally a chance to get on the scoreboard. The Packers come to Cleveland, and this game has the energy of playing well. The Browns bounce back at home and get their first win of the season, 1-2. So it's Detroit in Week 4. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and one of the most balanced rosters in the NFL await. The Browns lose this game, 1-3. Week 5 shifts things across the Atlantic to London, where the Browns are technically the home team against the Vikings. But here's the kicker. The Vikings are already acclimated to the time zone, having played the Steelers in Ireland the week before. The Browns, meanwhile, are flying in after Detroit. That's a disadvantage that matters. Chalk it up as another loss. Now it's 1-4. Back stateside in Week 6 for a visit to Pittsburgh, and let's be honest, Cleveland hasn't exactly exorcised their Heinz Field demons. It's a tough place to win, and this year doesn't feel any different. Another loss. 1-5. But Week 7, here comes a break. The Dolphins travel north to Cleveland, and the timing couldn't be better. Tua Tagovailoa's durability is always in question mid-season, and Miami isn't built for the cold. Browns steal one here. That's win number 2, now at 2-5. Week 8 sends the team to New England to face what might be a much-improved Patriots team under new leadership. If Drake May is clicking and Mike Vrabel is at the helm, that's not a walk in the park. This one goes to the Patriots. Browns drop to 2-6. The good news? Week 9 is a bye. Finally a breather. Coming out of the bye, Week 10 gives the Browns a crack at the New York Jets. An extra week to prepare, a struggling Jets offense. This is winnable, and the Browns take advantage. That's 3-6. Momentum finally starts to build. Week 11, back home, hosting the Ravens. And here's where it gets spicy. The Browns beat the Ravens at home last year shorthanded. Why not again? They grab another win. Now 4-6 and trending up. Week 12, on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. Don't sleep on this. Vegas isn't elite, but they're competent. The Browns falter here. Loss, 4-7. Week 13, San Francisco comes to town. This late in the year, the 49ers are peaking. This isn't the time to catch them. It's a loss. Browns fall to 4-8. Week 14, Titans, rookie QB Kim Ward coming to Cleveland. This is exactly the kind of game Jim Schwartz's defense lives for. The Browns roll. That's win number 5. Now we're at 5-8. Week 15 in Chicago, the Bears are rejuvenated, and it's late season weather. Expecting Ben Johnson to have Caleb Williams operating smoothly. Another tough loss. 5-9. Week 16, the Bills come to Cleveland. Josh Allen and company, cold weather, high stakes. This is likely the game that ends playoff hopes officially. Loss, 5-10. But here comes Week 17, a little redemption. Hosting the Steelers. Trap game for Pittsburgh? You bet. Browns win, 6-10. Final week, Week 18, in Cincinnati. Depending on the Bengals' playoff situation, this could be starters or backups. For now, assume Burrow plays. Browns end the season with a loss. Final record, 6-11. It's a better finish than last year. It's improvement, but it's also a wake-up call. Not quite good enough, but also not quite far off. And that's what makes this so compelling, because the margin between 6-11 and 10-7 is razor thin in the NFL. Now it's your turn. Do you agree with this prediction? Do you see more than 6 wins on this schedule? Or is this team still a few pieces away from turning the corner? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're ready for the second half where we break down key player matchups, QB battles, and game-by-game expectations for each position group, say continue. Let's dive into the part of the story that makes this Browns season more compelling than just wins and losses: the players, the battles within the roster, the pressure points that could crack or harden into the core of something real. Because if you're looking at this 2025 Cleveland Browns team purely from a schedule standpoint, yeah, 6-11 might feel right. But the difference between a lost season and a breakout often lives inside those battles we don't see on the surface, the weight carried by position groups under stress, the quarterback competition breathing down the neck of the starters, and the ripple effect of coaching adjustments mid-season. Start with the most glaring tension, the quarterback room. 5 names, 1 job: Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson, who remains shelved on PUP. Now think about that. You've got playoff experience, a former first-rounder, 2 intriguing rookies, and a franchise quarterback with an uncertain future all stuffed into one room. That's not depth, that's volatility. It could turn into a well-oiled machine, or a full-blown identity crisis. And while Flacco is the betting favorite for Week 1, the safer, veteran hand, nobody expects him to finish the season. At 41, he's mentoring as much as he's competing. Pickett has upside, but Cleveland is already his 3rd team in 3 years. That's not nothing. Meanwhile, the rookies are rising. Dylan Gabriel might be raw, but he's got wheels and a big arm. Shedeur Sanders, he's already being whispered about as the guy. Not long-term, now. You pair that with the schedule pressure, especially the early gauntlet of Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, and Kirk Cousins, and you quickly realize that whoever starts Week 1 might not be the same guy finishing Week 5. That's not a knock. That's the nature of a team trying to find its rhythm through chaos. Now let's talk defense, because if Jim Schwartz's group can stay healthy, they'll be the ones keeping this team competitive week to week. But remember, no Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and that's a seismic loss. Carson Swessinger has talent. He's a tackling machine. But stepping into that role as a rookie, that's pressure you feel every snap. He's got to cover ground. He's got to communicate. He's got to lead instantly. That's a big ask. On the edge, you've got Myles Garrett, and we all know what he brings. But the success of this defense might come down to the guys next to him. Can the secondary hold up late in games against elite passing attacks? Can the defensive interior stop the run on 3rd and short? These are the margins where the season will be decided. Not in highlight plays, in dirty, grinded out moments in the trenches. Offensively, if there's a group ready to explode, it's the backfield. Quinshon Judkins, now there's a name you're going to hear a lot more of. He's not just a bruiser, he's a tone setter. If the Browns can establish the run early in games, shorten the clock, and let the defense breathe, this team can control pace. That's how you flip losses into wins. That's how you stay in games even when the quarterback carousel starts spinning. The offensive line? There's hope there. With the addition of Kevin Jenkins and Zach Zinter, plus the potential long-term answer at tackle being evaluated now, the pieces are starting to click. But it's going to take reps, chemistry, and maybe some reshuffling during the year. And don't overlook the pass catchers. The wide receiver room is crowded, maybe too crowded. Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman are your locks. After that, it's a free-for-all. Rookies, UDFAs, veterans on short leashes, it's all open. That's great for competition. But if you're constantly rotating guys mid-season, it can also kill timing with your quarterback. Someone needs to emerge as a safety valve. That might be David Bell. It might be a dark horse. But Stefanski needs reliability out there, especially with rookie QBs potentially taking snaps. What does this all mean? It means 2025 might not be about playoff wins or January football, but it might be the year Cleveland finds its next leader under center. It might be the year a rookie linebacker emerges as the next big name on defense. It might be the year a bruising back takes over the AFC North narrative. And if those things happen, you don't walk away from a 6-11 season disappointed. You walk away knowing the foundation is finally solid. So now it's your moment. Who do you think should start Week 1? Who's your breakout pick on defense? Will Judkins lead the team in rushing, or could it be someone else? I want your predictions, your hopes, your gut feelings. Drop them all in the comments. And if you've stuck with us through this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another Browns breakdown. We're building this thing together, and it's only just getting started. Let's go, Cleveland.